Welcome to the 2019 baseball season, and welcome back to the Diamond Niner Fans Podcast. This is Nick, here with Kevin.
What's up, Niner Nation?
And we've got producer Brad.
Hey.
And he's mic'd up this time. All right, folks, we are back. It could not be happier to be back. The leadership at Diamond Niner Fans World Headquarters renewed us for another season.
I think they're international headquarters now.
International headquarters. I don't know what they were thinking when they renewed us for a second season, but whatever. It works out for us, so we're going to bring you another season of Niner baseball. You ready to do it, Kevin?
Let's get it going.
All right. So it's been a long time since May, right?
A very long time.
Very long time since we had Niner baseball. So what we're going to do here for you today is we're going to kind of get you set. We're going to set the table for the 2019 season. We hope to bring you the key information you need today to get ready for the opener coming up in just a couple weeks, mid-February. And by the time you get through listening to us, hopefully you'll be psyched for the season and you'll know a little bit about it, and hopefully we won't confuse you too much, any more than we've already confused ourselves, right?
That's right.
That's right. All right, so pretty cool summer. We got to do some things following our pro Niners, right? And that kept us. We had some summer ball guys playing, and that kept us kind of locked in over the summer. But then we got into football season in the fall, right?
Yeah, that's a good tailgating.
I think we were undefeated on those, right?
Yeah, I think we might have lost one, but I think.
Well, let's say we lost one. We got room for improvement for next season.
Yeah.
We're already working on how we can improve next season's tailgates. So that was cool. And then we transitioned into basketball season. Got a new basketball coach. Watching Ron Sanchez try to put his system in place, and made some trips out to Halton and that kind of cool stuff. But hey, all that, man, that takes a back seat now. It's baseball season.
It sure is, man. And we had a chance to get out to the first practice, man, and that was pretty exciting. Pretty exciting seeing all the new pieces and all the old pieces, and then kind of what kind of talent we have on this roster.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So let's do this. There's actually some pretty big off-season stuff to talk about with you guys here. Things have changed a little bit since we left you at the end of the season. I've got quite a few, there are improvements to the program. What do you want to say about that, Kevin?
Yeah, the biggest thing in the off season, man. It's been in the works for years, and it's very important to the program. They've built a new indoor training facility.
Don't you call it an indoor hitting facility?
Well, I almost did. I don't want to make Doty mad. But
don't do it.
It is pitchers
indoor practice facility.
Pitchers and hitters both practice in there. So. Yeah, big time for the program. It's already paying dividends. You can see guys are getting working on rainy days. Weather's getting a little bit cold these days, and guys are getting in there and getting their reps in, getting their throwing in. It's just a game changer, and we've been excited about it for years.
Yeah.
A lot of our competitors, a lot of the guys we play in conference have them. A lot of guys we recruit against have them.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of the guys we're recruiting are used to playing or used to practicing inside those. I don't think it's possible to overstate how important this is for the program.
It's a big deal. College baseball is starting to turn into an arms race a little bit with facility-wise, and we're right in the mix with where we need to be right now. It's been a long time. They started construction during the last season. We started moving the bullpens around and kind of getting that area up as we were finishing up the 2018 Niner season. Finished it up around October, November.
Yeah.
Officially opened it up to the team, and
I think there was a coaching clinic in there the very first week.
Yeah, ABCA coaching clinic was in there. We were able to host that on campus. It was kind of drizzling in, so they were able to go in there and keep going. So all kinds of possibilities with that facility. I know the players are excited. We're excited, and if we're excited, I know players and coaches are extremely excited about.
We're excited, and we don't even get to take BP in there, so it's got to be a good thing. Speaking of making improvements, this is something else that had been needed and been in the works for a long time. We were finally able to hire a director of baseball ops. We brought on Charlie Muchicott, who is no stranger to the program. Charlie's been with us for. What was he? I guess he was team manager for 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years he was here.
4 years.
Yeah, now Charlie is on board with the program full time. One, it's awesome just to have Charlie because he's such a great guy, but also the staff needs the help. I mean, it's been he feels an important need for the program.
Definitely, and we, like I said, same thing with the indoor facility. A lot of our teams we're recruiting against, teams we're playing against, a lot of those have director of baseball ops, and just to be on a level playing field, it's good to have that position filled, and couldn't ask for a better guy to fill that position than Charlie. He's a great guy to be around, and
just excited for him because I know he really has a passion for the school, for the program, and everything else. So it's going to be awesome having him on board. It already is. I think your son got out to baseball camp.
Yeah, since we last talked. Yeah, he had a son went to baseball camp, first time out in Niner camp.
Has he been offered yet?
No, just he's had a few unofficial visits. I think he's only allowed to have unofficial visits at this point. But
he's 7, by the way, folks.
He's he had a blast out there, man. They had a good time.
He won't get offers until he's at least 9.
Well,
you don't think so?
I don't think so.
No, yeah.
But,
we're probably just, I don't know. These are probably recruiting violations, so we should move on.
But he had a great time. I would definitely recommend checking that out this summer. I saw they already had the dates out for that right out of school for the kids around here. So I would definitely recommend that to any youth baseball players that are out there listening, or their parents are out there listening.
Yeah, yeah. We're big with the youth, man. The kids love us.
Yeah, kids love us.
Something else happened in the fall. It was really cool. The NCAA did something smart for once, and allowed the baseball to have fall games. You could have 2 and play actual D1 opponents as opposed to having to play exhibition games or just non D1 opponents or traveling teams or what have you. And the Niners had 2 games. We were going to go to Virginia Tech. And I think you and I were pretty well locked in. We were gonna drive up to Blacksburg, but we had 2 hurricanes in the fall, which I don't remember which one that was, but we lost one of those to a hurricane.
Yes,
yeah. The Virginia Tech game, we lost our road game, but we did host Davidson at the Hayes. How'd that work out?
12-inning game. Niners won 12-0.
You mean Davidson didn't score a run?
No.
Not a one.
No, they were using wooden bats for some reason, but it was great to get out there.
They could have used tennis rackets. I don't think they would have gotten a hit.
Well, we know how you feel about Davidson. I think a lot of us feel the same way. But it was nice for them to come across town and play us in an exhibition in the fall, and it was give us a chance to see the Niners and kind of how some of the new guys out there.
Yeah. And then we were able to host another exhibition with a traveling team. The Ontario Blue Jays were down from Canada. We played a 12-inning game against them. It was 12-1?
I think it was 11-1, 12-inning game. And the only run of the game that we gave up during the fall was on a home run, and the kid that hit the home run, he ended up signing with the Niners. So we look forward to seeing him back at the Hayes.
How dare you score a run? Want to play for us? Okay, cool. Yeah, big, really big, solid-looking left-handed first baseman. So we'll another story for another time, right?
Right.
Well, let's do this, man. Let's get into it. We promised the people we'd try to get them ready for the season. Let's start by taking a quick look because we've got lots of new players. I think 17 new guys. We've got lots of holes to fill off last season's team. Let's kind of just tick down through the key losses from last year's season and remind everybody what we're doing here.
Yeah. All right. Let's get right into it. One of the big losses is our Friday night starter, Josh Macheski. He was a senior, got drafted by the Yankees 10th round. Ended up finishing out the season last year up in Staten Island for the Staten Island Yankees, or the Staten Island Pizza Rats, whichever you want to call them.
That's a good name. But
yeah, it was a big loss. He had to pitch 104 innings for us last year. Went 9-2. Just a great season. We talked about that a lot last year. Right. I mean, he can't say enough about how great of a season he had. Staying with the pitching staff, we lost one of the back end guys, Jonah Patton. He came on big for us his 2 seasons with the Niners. 23 appearances, 9 saves. He started as a starter, but ended the season as a closer, and then had some big innings late down that stretch for us. That'll be a big loss.
We're gonna miss Jonah off the field too. Let's face it. That dude was fun.
Yeah, he had phenomenal walk-up music. So, but
what else we got on the mound?
Yeah, we also from the bullpen, another lefty we lost, Matt Horkey. He ate up a lot of innings, 40 innings pitched out of the bullpen. Big key lefty. He had 3 saves. Very important part of the Niner bullpen during his tenure as a Niner. 24 appearances, so
a lot of experience we lost.
Yeah. A couple other guys in the pen we lost. We lost Phil Perry. He's a big righty. We lost. We lost Austin Wynn. A couple other lefties we were losing now is Craver and Drew Morrison. I believe he got injured during the fall, and he's now a student coach. So
so Drew's still around. He's sort of on the bench helping out with the program now. Let's take a look at those key losses in the field too, because we got some pretty significant things going on there.
Big one in center field, Reese Hampton. He's a junior, got drafted early. It's a big deal for the program. He got drafted 12th round by the Tigers. Had a pretty good season out there with them. Big hole to fill, probably one of the best defensive center filders in baseball, in my opinion.
Doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Again,
there are lots of teams with good outfielders, but there are lots of teams that don't have what Reese Hampton could do.
Right, and he had a lot of range out there.
Yes.
Another big loss up the middle again. Shortstop Hunter Jones. I think in 2019 we'll see the first Niner shortstop not named Hunter Jones since 2014.
Yeah, I mean he was just steady, you know. I mean you knew Hunter was over there. He was not a flashy guy, but he was gonna get the job done.
Yeah,
you know,
and 206 starts as a Niner.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
not many people get those.
Right.
Another a key loss. Third baseman Jackson Mims. He graduated in December. Decided not to play baseball this spring. So another big loss in the middle of the lineup. Senior leader, but his bat will definitely be missed. His glove over at third in the hot corner. Going to miss that in the lineup. Another bat in the lineup we'll miss is Zach Smith. He's a catcher, DH first baseman last year. He logged a lot of starts in those positions last year. He transferred out to Mount Olive. So some big holes to fill for the Niners this season.
Yeah, and not now that we've brought you down with all this experience we've lost, right? We've got 17 newcomers, a lot of guys to work in. We still have some solid veteran leadership on the club. I think probably what we can do, let's just do it this way, Kevin. Let's just start behind the plate with catcher, and then let's just work our way around the diamond and talk about who we got returning, who we got coming in, and maybe some of the way you see some of these competitions playing out.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can just jump into the roster here and see what we got on the roster. Behind the plate, obviously, we've got Harris Yett. He was, solid senior leader this year. He's going to be, last year he was a Johnny Bench Award finalist for best catcher in college baseball. Big key bat in the middle of the lineup. He's going to be there all season for us. Really relying heavy on him for that senior leadership in the lineup and from the right side. Behind the plate, controlling the pitching staff. He's done a great job past couple years. So looking for more of the same from him. Hopefully a big year for him. And at the end of last year, I was kind of worried that we might lose him to the draft. But fortunately for us, he's got another season for us, and then hopefully does big things. That was
Harris being with us this season. That's our first round pick. You know, we were not necessarily sure that he was going to be back. What would look like for his senior season, and he's back there, and that's a huge plus right there.
Yeah, and
he's on this list and not the list we just got through talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
What's it looking like behind Harris?
Yeah, well, we've got. Well, in the fall we had Jacob Whitley. Jacob Whitley, he was he sat last year, transferred from Gardner-Webb. Saw him back behind the plate in the fall. I think he played for High Point in the CPL this year.
I think that's right, for the High Times.
Had a big season with them. So he's looking to get. He'll be a sophomore, redshirt sophomore, I believe. So I'm thinking he'll be the initial backup to Harris. And then behind him, we've got an incoming freshman, Carter Foster.
Yeah, staff was excited about this guy.
Yeah, he's a pretty big kid. He caught some in the fall as well. We saw him a little bit. Actually, at first practice, he was out in right field a little bit. So I guess they're looking to try to get his bat into the lineup somehow. And he's sitting back there getting developed for the future as a catcher. So a lot of talent behind the plate for the Niners. Looking forward to seeing a big season from Harris. And when we need someone to step in, we got sufficient backups. And like we talked about depth on this team, there's a lot of depth. So a lot of talented depth. So that's key. I think behind the plate will be.
And we're always not. I think most people do this, but I think we're always utilizing two guys, especially on the weekend, to try to give whoever the starter, in this case Harris, to try to give him some time off, usually on a Saturday, maybe put somebody else back there, move Harris to DH. So maybe we'll see Whitley there some, or we'll just kind of see how it plays out.
Yeah, we'll see what the staff does. I mean, they mix and match in the lineup quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I think we're pretty solid behind the plate.
Lots of options back there, and Foster. Just one quick thing on him. I mean, he came in with a lot of accolades. I mean, out of high school. I mean, he was.
It was Conference Player of the Year. He was All-State, I believe.
Yeah. All-State selection, USA Today, second team All-State. So talking about that recruiting level going up. That's there you go.
Yeah, like I said, we got talented, quality depth at the catcher position. That's pretty hard to find, so I'm glad we've got it.
All right. Well, it's what you're going to notice here. By the way, guys, now that we're done talking about Harris returning at catcher, we're going to be talking about a lot of guys that have shifted positions. There's going to be some guys moving around the diamond here. You're going to notice a theme with that. So you want to just go ahead and move on to first base and look at your options there?
Yeah, pretty much we've got 4 returning starters, but not necessarily in the same position they started in last year. But we'll go ahead and start at first base. I know Dominic Camarada played there quite a bit last year. In fact, he played first base and right field for us. So
he kind of settled in right field, but
later in the year.
Later in the year. But he had some time at first.
But in the fall, we saw Jesse Gonzalez and Rafi Vasquez splitting time over there at first base, between first base and DH. I tell you, Jesse Gonzalez, he looks like he's been in the weight room quite a bit.
Jesse, well, in general, that's one thing we should talk about here. Those guys been with Coach Patrick, obviously, over the offseason, because this is probably, just across the board here, see if you agree with this, this might be the most physical team that we've put together top to bottom, and I don't know when. I mean, just looking at them, right? We're out there. We went out the first day of practice. These guys are bulked up.
Yeah, you can see a significant difference in the physicality of some of our guys.
You brought up Jesse. I mean, Jesse was never a string bean. I'm not saying that, but I mean, looking at him now, he's put in some work this offseason.
Yeah. You can definitely tell, and the pitching staff as well. We noticed a few guys bulked up on the pitching staff, and then in the lineup, Jesse was one of them. So, Jesse, he started 3 games for us last year, 1 at first base and a couple at DH. Didn't get too much playing time. Got 16 at bats, but he was a starter and for the 2 fall exhibitions, 1 at DH and 1 at first base. So he's definitely in the mix there. A big lefty bat. Hopefully getting some hacks at that short porch and right field that we got there.
Yeah.
Rafi Vasquez, he's a newcomer to the lineup. Originally went to Coastal Carolina. Went to JUCO last year, Florida, Darlington. And man, he led.
I'm chuckling because I'm thinking about yesterday's yesterday's scrimmage after practice.
Yeah, he had two home runs in first practice, first scrimmage of the season. So
both of them to deep center.
Yeah, one to the left of center, one to the right of center. So yeah, he led his team last year in pretty much in most of the offensive categories. He was the Region X Conference Player of the Year, National Junior College All-American, big lefty bat in the lineup.
He's a powerful individual.
Yeah,
you just look at him. This dude's powerful.
Definitely quality lefty slugger, another lefty, and put in the lineup to hopefully take some shots at that short porch. Him and Jesse, like I said, they switched off at first and base and DH during the fall. So I'm guessing those two guys are in the mix there.
Yeah, that one will just be well, and the great part about that is we've got you've obviously got the depth there, and the staff can play around with different looks with those guys and figure out what works.
Like last year, we saw Dom there, we saw Zach Smith, we saw Jackson Mims came over and played a little bit. Jesse played there. So I mean, there's a lot of options at first base, but I think those two are the top two right now at this point.
Yeah. I mean, and that I feel good about that.
Yeah, the two lefty bats, some pop in the lineup. So definitely, hopefully, plug one of those guys in the middle of the order, or both of those guys as DH / first baseman, and roll with it.
Well, let's keep moving around the diamond there and take a look at second base.
Yeah, second base. Last season, Tommy Bullock, he pretty much he started 44 games at second. Tate Pennington started 14 games there as well. Bullock played third base for a little bit.
Yeah.
This year, it looks like Tommy's going to be playing shortstop. So the guys that we saw in the fall playing
Tommy's
second.
Another guy that's been in the weight room.
Yeah. But in the fall we saw Carson Johnson, new incoming guy. He started both of the fall exhibitions at second, and he was a leadoff hitter. So, kind of get an idea what the staff is thinking there. This summer, a little history on Carson. He was this summer he played with Matt Brooks up there in Canada. Was it Medicine Hat?
Yeah, the Medicine Hat Mavericks.
Yeah, he ended up they won the championship, the West Major Baseball League WMBL championship. He was the MVP of the tournament. They won the championship. Batted .355, had 47 RBIs, scored 72 runs in 52 games. So you kind of get an idea. He's got some speed. He's a top of the order type of guy. He's going to score a lot of runs for us, hopefully. So
that was kind of an interesting thing as we were watching it develop. We were obviously paying attention to Medicine Hat because of Brooks, and then at some point. You said, "Hey, I think we've got a couple more guys on this team, and I think we're getting Carson Johnson." And so you're like, "Oh, okay, well, let's go look at him. Oh, he's just leading the league in batting, and yes, oh, that's all. Okay, well, we'll take him. That's cool."
Yeah, and you got also had another guy, another pitcher we get picked up, Ryan. We'll talk about him later, but
all right, you want to try to say Ryan's?
I'm gonna hold off on that till later.
Okay.
Ryan C for now, but
Ryan C. Okay.
Back to second base.
In
the fall, we also saw another incoming guy, Riley Cheek. He
another guy that brought another incoming freshman that has a few accolades coming in with him.
He's a freshman out of Crest High School in Shelby. I think he was Conference Player of the Year and All-State as well.
Yep, All-State. And he and Foster were both on USA Today's second team, All-State.
Yep. So he had a lot of accolades there. He looked pretty good in the fall in the brief time we saw him. So
it's almost like Bo Robinson's out there on the recruiting trail getting it done.
I would say so. We mentioned last year Tate Pennington played there. Jake Wickham also he was out there at second base yesterday at first practice of the season, so he could be in the mix there as well. A lot of these guys up the middle can play second, short, or third. So pretty versatile guys up the middle. And
right now, are you leaning Johnson?
I would say so. And I mean, he started both the fall exhibition games and at leadoff guy at leadoff spot. So I would say he's got the upper hand right now.
Well, and how great is it to have this? This is what you want to see. You got Carson Johnson, an accomplished. He's a veteran. I mean, he's new to us, but he's a junior, and potentially being backed up by an incoming freshman who's second team All-State.
Right.
Learning the ropes back there as a college freshman.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And I don't know if I mentioned this. Carson came to us from Connor State.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I slid that in there, but yes, he's. I think we got a couple guys from there, but.
I think that might be a Doty pipeline. You think? Well, we've got some Arkansas guys on this team.
Yeah.
All right. So let's keep going here. Let's move on around to shortstop and see what you're saying there.
Yeah. Well, at shortstop we've got we've got a big hole to fill. We talked about Hunter
Right.
Jones has been there. Tommy moved over from second to shortstop. He started both the games in the fall over at short. Tommy, we'll remember Tommy from his big home run in the tournament.
Tommy Barrels.
Yeah, he walk-off style. But he was all-tournament team.
I apologize for the furniture in your living room that I broke when Tommy hit that grand slam.
It wasn't just a walk-off.
Was it not a grand slam?
It wasn't a grand. It was.
I'm giving him. Well, it might as well have been. It didn't matter. Whatever it was.
We won, yeah.
I broke furniture in your living room jumping around. Is my bad. I think I still owe you for that.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Okay.
It's worth it. It was worth it. But
oh man,
he's going to be another guy, middle of the lineup. But we're going to rely on the senior leader. He's solid defensively up the middle, solid in the middle of the lineup, top of the lineup guy. So looking for big things from him on his senior year. Hope for more of the same. I mean, he was very streaky last year. He had I think he had started the year with a 9-game hit streak, struggled a little bit, and then he'd have another streak, struggle a little bit, and have another streak. But hopefully he gets a little bit more consistent, and I mean he'll be top of the line for us this
so
year.
you like Tommy there?
Yeah,
with Tate probably as a backup.
Tate Pennington, yeah, we mentioned him. He like I said, he started 14 games last year for us at second base. So he was in the fall. He was there. At shortstop in the fall exhibition. Also, Riley Cheek was over there in the first spring practice. So, like I said, all those guys in the mix up the middle. If you want to jump over to third base,
yeah, let's do that because this is the one right here that we knew. We kind of knew some of these losses were coming. This was one that maybe we weren't quite as in tune to until it happened. Yeah,
so we lost Jackson Mims. He was pretty solid over there for us, definitely defensively and with the bat. During the fall, Josh Haney, for incoming freshman, he started one of the fall exhibitions there. He's out of South Lake Christian.
Mm-hmm.
He was had lots of accolades there, and he was listed, I guess, in a preseason perfect game, listed him as one of the top incoming freshmen in Conference USA. So
we got a chance to see him there in the fall at third, and I mean, I remember one sequence there, and again, I hope I'm getting this right. I misremember things sometimes, like giving Tommy a grand slam when it wasn't, but he made a phenomenal play with the glove at third to get a play with the glove, and then he made the throw over to first, third out of the inning, and then he came in and led off, and I think hit a double. Right? You remember that sequence? Yeah. And I looked at you and said, "Oh, it's our new third baseman, huh?"
Yeah. Well, he was definitely. It looked good out there at third this fall.
Yeah.
Yes, another newcomer to the lineup. We'll see. We mentioned Tate Pennington. He was over there. He started third during one of the fall games. So he's in the mix. He batted .250 for us last year, 9 RBIs. So those two guys probably competing over there. Like I said, we may see Cheek or Wickham. I don't know.
Folks, are you getting the sense that we have lots of pieces that this is the deepest squad that we've had in I don't know when.
Yeah, a lot of guys on the roster and a lot of quality depth. So it's a good problem to have, and
it's absolutely
I'm sure it'll continue as we move forward. So that's our infield.
All right, so your catcher we kind of know, right? Well, at least as far as yet being the guy, and then we'll figure out what's back up there. We got two guys in Jesse and Rafi that we're looking at first. Probably thinking Carson at second, Tommy at short, and then if we have to put money down now, we go Haney at third.
I'd say so. I mean, I don't know. We've seen 2 exhibition games in the fall and one practice.
And a day of practice.
You got to take it with a grain of salt on our what we've seen. But
no, don't take a grain of salt. Just to screw the lid off the shaker and just get all the salt you need, because we don't know.
We have seen them. We've seen them play, and
we've done a little bit of homework.
You can kind of see what the staff is thinking, but we really don't know. But
Producer Brad, get Lauren Hibbs on the phone. Tell him we want to ask questions. Can you do that?
Might take me a second.
No. Apparently we can't do that. All right. Well, let's move to the outfield. Let's take a look there. You want to take these? You want to kind of take the outfield as a collective, because there are lots of moving pieces out there.
Yeah. We'll stick with the returning guys. We got Drew Ober, solid left fielder, solid defensively, big stick in the middle of the lineup. I think he's one of our. Well, I think he was overlooked a lot, but as far as conference USA selections this year. But I got a feeling he's going to have a big year, and big solid bat, right side of the lineup, right side of the batter's box. He was actually playing center field at the first practice. So
that was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, he's a speedy. He's got some speed, and he's pretty good with the glove. So I know he had some shoulder problems past couple of years, but hopefully all those are worked out and he's ready to roll.
That will be the key on Ober. If he's healthy and he's healed up and he's good to go, he's athletic.
Yeah,
he's athletic. I mean, and we could dig him up, but over the summer, I mean, he was playing for Madison.
Yeah, Madison Mallards
in the was that the Northwoods League?
Yeah.
I mean, there were multiple times he showed up on their Twitter feed for making grabs, flying all over the field, making defensive plays. So
he had one of those for us on the NCAA tweeted about it.
Yeah. So I tell you this, I guess I don't know, maybe just lazy thinking on my part. I was thinking, I guess Ober's going to be our left fielder, but when he was out there in center field in the scrimmage, it's kind of like, okay. Hadn't necessarily thought about that. That's probably just my fault for not thinking about that, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. Well, what else we got out there?
We got another returning guy, senior Dominic Camarada. Another big bat in the lineup from the right side. Had a big season for us last year. I think the College Baseball Daily preview for Conference USA had him as second team Conference USA in their predictions. Like I said, he started out at first base for us last year. Pretty versatile, moved to right field. He started in right field, moved to first base later in the season, but he's definitely played right field for us quite a few times, and he should be out. We're projecting him out there as the starting right fielder for the Niners.
He was also the first one, as far as I'm aware of, to test out the new padding on the batting the practice facility down the right field line.
Indoor practice facility.
The indoor practice facility.
Yeah.
He and the wall had to go, I believe.
I think it was the Davidson game. Yeah, it was a foul ball, or there's probably about 2 to 3 feet on that line from the chalk line to the padding on that facility. And
it's a little tight over there.
One of the balls down the line, he got to know the wall pretty well. But I'm sure he's getting tons of reps out there this spring.
He also had, if you didn't see it on Twitter, go ahead, it's out there. But Coach Robinson, Bo, tweeted out video of Dominic working out, taking some cuts in the indoor practice facility, and so he tweeted it and he tagged somebody, right? Yeah,
he tagged Chipper Jones. You never heard of him?
Yeah, I think I have. Seems like he tagged Chipper in the tweet, Bo Rob did, and then it got really interesting because Chipper replied and was like, "Hey, nice swing." So Dominic Camarada has had his swing complimented by Chipper Jones.
That's right.
That doesn't suck.
Yeah, that's pretty big praise from a Hall of Famer to
Yeah.
to praise your swing like that. But
maybe we'll get some cuts. Maybe we'll have you take some cuts and get it on video and tweet it to Chipper. And
no, we don't need that.
No old man softball highlights or nothing.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, let's keep going with outfielders here.
All right, another returning outfielder we have. He's actually injured right now. Todd Elwood. He started for us last season. I think he had Tommy John during the summer. Got injured his arm again. Injured an arm this summer. He was out there at first practice. He was active at practice, but he wasn't in the scrimmage.
But probably taking it easy with him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the time frame on him, but that's another kind of
We've probably been talking about him as a potential in center field, don't you think?
Yeah, starter. He was a starter last year, so
yeah.
Interesting to see when his time frame is on his injury and when he can return. So hopefully he returns soon and can jump in and help the program. But that's another returner that we'll mention. In the fall, we had in center field, Patrick Wheeler was playing. He's a newcomer, a JUCO from Pitt, right down in near Greenville out there.
Pitt County Community College.
Yeah, he was. I think he was a leadoff hitter for Pitt and played center field. Kind of so you get an idea. He's kind of a speed guy, and so he may be in our in the top of the order for us. We'll see. I don't know. He did start. He hit a homer in one of the exhibition games. So got a little pop in his bat. So I don't know if
he could be an interesting piece.
Yeah. He was in left during the first scrimmage, but played center in the fall. So
we've got some. And really what you look at when you look up and down the roster is we've got plenty of guys out there in the outfield that could also contribute too. Really a lot of young guys out there.
Yeah. Well, just from in new guys, not really necessarily young, but yeah, we have young guys and getting developed. As they're getting developed, we have some veteran guys that are plugging holes, and as it gives some guys some time to develop. So it's you got to plug all the pieces to the puzzle together. You got vets starting, vets leading the team, and you got young guys developing serving as quality depth for us. So,
what do you want to just drop some names there as far as maybe some other folks in the outfield that? Yeah,
well, we can drop in the fall. I'll just go with what we had in the fall.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had Alec Roberts, freshman incoming guy from Virginia.
That's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy.
6'3", 215, something like that.
something big like that.
He's a big guy.
A big bat in the lineup. I believe he's from West Potomac High School he went to in Alexandria, Virginia. He actually played with the summer ball with the Aces in Alexandria this summer. So
yeah, he was
got a little college experience.
He was with them in summer league. That's the Cal Ripken League.
Yeah, Cal Ripken.
He and Lansinger.
Eric Lansinger.
Were on the team together.
Yeah. That's a big addition, newcomer to us. Austin Lynch. He played out
in junior college guy.
Yeah, he was. He played in right field both of the exhibitions. We mentioned Whitcomb already. He played some outfield for us last year.
Mm-hmm. Pretty capable out there as well.
And Eric Lansinger, we didn't see him this fall. I don't know if he's injured, but he got a couple at bats last year for us, and he could be a corner outfielder, I would think.
Yeah. Well, let's so that's kind of around the diamond. We got some things to figure out here on the mound. Where do you think we go from there?
Well, we mentioned what we lost earlier. What we had coming back is pretty strong. We've got Matt Brooks. He was a weekend guy for us last year, righty, and he started. I mean, he threw 2 innings against the Davidson in the fall. We kind of know what we got from Matt. Had a pretty good season last year, a little bit up and down, but definitely quality weekend guy for us. Last season, looking for a big year for him, his junior year. So
I
hopefully,
feel like this is going to be this is going to be his year.
yeah. Oh, I think
the
same feeling.
He's teed up for a big year. I think.
Yeah.
And we need him.
Yeah, we need him. Like I said, we got a big hole to fill with Josh and some of those guys. So
it always works out, though. We were sitting here. What are we going to do without Colton? And now we're sitting here. Well, what are we going to do without Josh? Right? Seems
like we got somebody step up and be that Friday ace.
Yeah, next man up,
showstopper on Friday. So yeah, hopefully a big year from Matt Brooks. Another returning weekend starter. We've got Joey Cooner. He started a lot for us on the weekends. One of our few lefties we got in the pitching arsenal, but he had a similar season. He had an up and down season as well, but his first season was pretty good with the Niners, I would say. Looking forward to seeing him pitch on the weekends, giving us that righty lefty, and then usually on the weekends we see a mix it up the arms quite a bit from the staff.
And that's something we should point out here. You made reference to it, but as far as we got a lot of arms on this staff, but we're a little short on lefties.
Yeah, I think on the rosters there's we got 4 on the roster, and Cooner's the only one that's pitched for us as far as lefties go. So it's going to be we're going to see some new guys because we're definitely going to need to put some lefties in there. We got lefty bats coming up.
Yeah. All right, so we're talking Brooks probably Friday. If we go lefty on Saturday, probably talking Cooner. Where do we go from there, you think?
Yeah, that's a big question. In the fall, we saw a lot of guys get some work. We got Carson Pinckney. He started some games for us last year.
Right.
He looked pretty good in the fall, I would say. He looked pretty good in the scrimmage. We saw he got starting experience. He's got bullpen experience. So I think he had a pretty good year last year as well. Another guy that started some games for us midweek last year, Chase Gooding, had a pretty good season. He's got a shot at that third starting spot. Mm-hmm. Colby Bruce started for us last year, a couple games. He could be in the mix, but and the freshman we saw got some accolades. Was Wilka Palinkas out of Providence High School. He got a few looks in the fall. Mm-hmm. Turned some heads, but
pitched two in each exhibition, 2 innings each, in 4 scoreless innings. I know that. I don't remember how many hits he had.
Yeah, he had a pretty good. It was unfortunately he wasn't.
Did he give up one?
He's the only.
He's the one that gave up one.
But he had 7 Ks in 4 innings. During the fall, looked pretty good. He could be in the mix. Other righties we've got that probably serve in bullpen roles. There are a lot of newcomers. Here we go. We've had Josh Macheski. Mm-hmm. We've learned Patrick Shapinski.
Yeah,
we've got a new name for us to learn. And
we got.
Thankfully, we got his pronunciation guide.
Who do we need to talk to?
I don't know.
We have gone about the time we learned how to spell Maciejewski. We got Shapinski, and now who do we have, Kevin?
I'm gonna give it a shot. I apologize ahead of time. This is my first attempt.
To his mom and dad. We're sorry.
Ryan Czenskowski. I think that's
spell that for us.
CZANSTKOWSKI. So he is obviously a righty. He's out of he went to Connor State as well, same as Carson Johnson. So big righty out of the bullpen likely for us.
We like pitchers with lots of consonants.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mom and Dad. We'll learn to spell it. We haven't yet, but we will.
It'll be second-hand pronunciation shortly for us, hopefully. Moving on for the other newcomers from the right side in that bullpen. A incoming freshman out of Huff High School, Justin Alshenka. We saw him pitch 1 inning during the fall. as well.
Probably the big it's a loss is the lefty JUCO Earhart out of Texas that got injured in the fall. He's somebody we could really use.
Yeah, we Ethan Earhart, he had a knee injury during the fall, so we didn't get to see him pitch. But that's one of our 4 lefties we have in the pen. We'll get back to the another JUCO. We had Spencer Ard. He's out of Redlands Community College. We saw him pitch 1 inning this fall. And the only other lefty on our roster, Eli Ellington, we didn't see him pitch in the fall, but he's a big guy, 6'4", 255. So I think we're going to see these guys get some work, those lefties. Spencer Ard, Eli Ellington, Ethan Earhart when he gets healthy, and Joey Cooner obviously on the weekends. But we got a couple more righties in that bullpen. Newcomers, Bryce McGowan out of Cary High School. We saw him pitch one inning in the fall as well, or actually 2 innings. Looked pretty good from the right side. And got Mason, is it Herbert?
Yeah, out of Pisgah.
I keep seeing hockey, the Air Bear.
Yeah, or New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
In Canton it's pronounced Herbert, I'm pretty sure. I got a buddy, his son goes to Pisgah High School. They're pretty serious about their sports up there, especially football, but Pisgah High School. Yeah,
we saw him pitch an inning this fall as well. And Patrick Shapinski, another righty in the pen, a returning guy. His sophomore season, he got some action in the last season. Looked pretty good at times for us. Hopefully he's had a good offseason to develop, and looking forward to big things from him out of the pen this year.
Yeah. Well, and frankly, we're kind of giving you what we think position by position, but with the mound right now, we got a lot of new arms, and I mean,
we've seen him pitch 1 inning probably, if that.
Folks, we just be guessing. I mean, the other things we're talking about, we think we have some basis for what we're saying, but on the mound, it's yeah.
Yeah, a lot of newcomers, like you said.
It will be a period of experimentation. Do you think that's fair? I mean,
yeah, they're gonna they're definitely mix and match this year. We saw it, the staff has done it in the past, mix and match, see where guys fit best. Even with Jonah Patton last year, we mixed and matched with him, starter, and in the bullpen guy. So.
Yeah,
we'll see a lot of that early in the season this year.
I know this. We don't have much longer to wonder what's going to happen, because it's going to be happening soon.
That's right.
We're opening up on February 15th with Delaware, and that's soon.
Yeah, it's going to be here before you know it. Hopefully, I mean, guys are going to be getting work in and be ready to go for February 15th.
Yeah.
Guys were picked. That Conference USA stuff came out last week. Guys were picked to finish 6th. I don't know. They didn't get anybody on the all-conference team. We're kind of used to stuff like that, and people kind of overlook the Niners. And
I'm totally good with that.
Yeah, and
totally good with that.
It's not really about where you start, it's where you finish, and we've always finished higher than we've been projected in the past 4 seasons.
Yes, we have. So I'm totally good with that. Pick us 6th, and we'll finish whatever, right? And that's what we've done. We've climbed the standings every year, so it's all good with that. Why don't we do this? We're here. We're about time to wrap this thing up for you folks. We know we're heading into a big opening weekend series against Delaware. What we've given you. What we think, the best we can. By the next time we talk to you folks, we should have some more information. And the best thing is we're going to have actual baseball that's been played to have talked about. That will be much more fun, will it not, Kevin?
I think so.
I mean, not that we're not having fun here, but it's time for the real stuff to happen, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I'm excited for this series, especially opening day and all that. We're playing Delaware. I think they were picked 5th in the CAA, but I think the big deal this weekend I'm looking forward to seeing is Lauren Hibbs is sitting at 798 right now. So
yeah,
hopefully by the next time we talk, we're talking about Mr. 800.
Yeah, for sure. All kind of cool stuff happening. Opening day, February 15th. Come out. That honestly, folks, because of the scheduling and it's the winter, I think the game is first pitch at 3:00. If you can't, if work won't let you do that, we get it. Come on out Saturday and spend the weekend at the Hayes, and hopefully the weather we'll get some mild weather and it'll be good, right?
Yeah, if the weather was like it this weekend, it'll be nice.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up here, folks. We trust us. We could go on and on and on. We could break down the whole schedule for you if you want, but nobody wants to listen to us do that. So hopefully what we've done here is given you a little information, something to get you fired up and maybe kind of whet your appetite there and give you some information to get you started thinking about Niner baseball. It's that time of year, and we're ready. We're back, and we're going to be hanging out here with you this season, week by week, to talk a little Niner baseball. What do you think, Kevin? Show
I'm
one?
Ready to go, man. We're getting ready to start that 14-week grind.
Season 2, Episode 1. Producer Brad, did we do it?
We did it.
We did it. All right. Well, folks, we're going to cut it off here. For Producer Brad and for Kevin, this is Nick. We will see you at the Hayes.